Hey guys, welcome to the Lowdown Show. And in this video, I will be reviewing Star Trek Discovery Episode 13, the final finale. I hope it's you part 2. Now, this is going to be a long, hopefully not a long review. I wrote a lot of notes. And right off the bat, did I like it? Did I not like it? I liked it for the most part. The first time I saw it, I was kind of rushing through it and kind of wanted to see it, and I kind of gave it a lower score because I was hoping a lot, like there's gonna be some surprises or special guest cameos and stuff, and maybe my expectations were way high, and most of it kind of played out kind of okay, and obviously it seemed like most of the stuff was tied into it, the whole season and everything. Most of the stuff got paid off. And then watched it a few more times. I did enjoy it a lot more, and yeah, it was okay. I mean, it is what it was, Yeah, maybe it could use a couple more episodes. But let me just go through it, and I'll read through my notes here. Well, so at the beginning, like Hugh and Saru, they're on their planet still, trying to convince Sakaar to open up that door, and Adura comes, and Hugh obviously he's like shocked, and Adura, she did have that medicine in her mouth. I thought she took it for herself, but I guess it makes sense because the hollows with her will take away all your medicine and stuff and turn Adura to that one species that Princess Poe was, if you remember in the previous episodes a while back. And Gray shows up too, and you can see her or him, and you can even you can even touch the even he was hugging him and stuff, and he takes off towards the end too. Then we turn to the attack on the Federation, and Van, he's like looking at all this chaos with David Cronenberg, and then Burnham meets Osara on the bridge, and Osara gives Burnham a slap. So I'm gonna be going through probably like 4 different scenario settings of on the planet with Saru, with Tilly and the crew. We'll get to them, and with Van, and then with Burnham. So and it cuts back and forth like a lot. Well, then we go to the crew, and they're shooting through with the robots. Remember that? The robots doing that Spock thing. And a lot of the robots were getting killed, man. And Stamets, you go back to Stamets, he's running up saying, we need to go. But Van's like, get him out of here. And he's even like, I know what you're sacrificing. And he kind of, Stamets just goes away. You don't see him at all until the end. And then they get word that the Navarro fleet had got, remember that? Michael Burnham called her mom in the last episode. And Burnham tells Osara, hey, I can, talk to Van, because Osara's gonna let out these pesticides. And Burnham knows that probably would be a big deal. And then they find out as well that the Navarro fleet is coming. And so Burnham convinces Van to do that, to stop, even though it seemed like Van was not going to, but he did. And so Burnham's like, hey, well, I'll go tell my crew to stand down. Osara's like, no, too late. I'm turning off the life support. So then we go back to the planet with Sakaar and Saru, and they're talking. And Saru's like, things aren't what they seem because they're gonna make some kind of soup, or Saru was. And Sakaar was like, how do you not do that? And they got Booker. They still had Booker, but now they're gonna torture him. And Garak was like, he's got immunity to this truth serum, pretty much, and we gotta use more violent methods. And so you can see the scientist, he's having an internal struggle, and he'll like turn back to the light side, as you see that. And Osara chokes him out, and he's like, I got like 6 battles in my heart. And then he finds out, like, well, maybe Osara's not gonna do what I say and be on my side. And Michael Burnham obviously pleading for Book's life. And then we go back to the planet where they're eating soup, talking about Kelpia. And Saru's talking about, have you been outside? Jakar's like, outside? I don't want to talk about that. And he's like, well, what do you remember? And then your mother was the one that brought the message to the Federation. And that's where we get Jakar and Sukar, and he's like, this man is like, so where was the Federation? Tell me. And Saru's like, well, dang, I guess I better tell you the truth about the burn and all that stuff. While that's going on, Book, he died, like I said. Michael Burnham, he's kind of pleading, and she even starts crying. By the way, really good acting, probably the best acting that Michael Burnham done. You know, I can turning on and turning off emotions. But it was all a ruse to get Book out of it. And she does. She gets him, and they're on the run. Then we turn to the crew, and we find out that the life support's going down, they're not breathing. And we got a little backstory of Oh on her planet, talking about she can hold her breath 10 minutes because she practiced that. And by that time, you know, most of the Star Trek characters, the backstory, once they get developed, they get killed off right away. So a lot of people were like, oh, he's gonna die in this episode. But no, Michael Burnham sent a message to Tilly personally, talking about the birthday that she had. And somehow Tilly figured out that, I mean, you gotta go to this, pretty much the warp core or something, the place of the, where you can explode the ship and it'll knock it out of warp. And everybody's like, well, we'll die. And Tilly's like, well, we'll die here anyways, so who's with me? You know? And the dots, they're gonna die because they can't, the magnet will kill them, rip them apart. But I guess they don't really care because they're gonna go do it anyways. And so, let me see, I'm looking at my notes here. So Saru says you must face your fears, and finally, you know, he's convincing Shaka to open the door, you know. And Gray, here's where it pays off. Gray is the only one, because they're talking about, I don't know how bad the ship's gonna be, you know, and the planet's getting worse and worse. And he was like, there's this door right here. I went there, I got hit right away. And Gray's like, you know, no, I can go. So that kind of paid off. She does go. She kind of looks at the place and the planet, see that it's really gonna be destroyed, and she comes back and tells them that. Why that? They're like wondering why how did Chaka cause the burn, and so they figured that out, that he did it, and he had some kind of lithium in his blood or whatever. But he might be able to fix it and take it off the planet. So we go to the elders, because the car wants to see the elder, but he's gone. So he's really desperate. And Saru was like, you know, should you have me? And then we cut back. Like I said, we're going back to the crew. They're running out of air. Oh, I have to go alone, because Tilly's like, hey, you have to do this, you know? You're the only one. And she gets a moment again, like I said. It's acting like it's leading to death, heroic death, maybe. Book and Burnham are still on the run. They're a good team, because you definitely can see they've been through all this stuff before, a year prior. So they were together a lot. And Book's like, well, plan B. And it's pretty cool. So they go to that, and they go to this weird looking, kind of like cargo bay, kind of elevator thing, and it kind of reminded me of Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars, even the music and everything. And it's a pretty cool action scene. I actually like it a lot. You know, Burnham riding that lift, turbo lift, whatever, and Book finding Sherrock. And then they get to the data core, and Osara is waiting for them. And so they have a fight, her and Burnham. Book fights Shrek, of course. She's barely gonna make it. But she does get to the place, and the robot's like there, and she's like, "No, you gotta get out of here." Um, then the shell is breached, so the mission was successful. That the plan that Uncle Burnham told Tilly over a code, and so Discovery gets knocked out. Sherlock dies because he makes fun of a grudge, and Book's like, she's a queen. Like I said, every time Book's in it, he reminds me of Han Solo. So the Viridian pulls in the ship because Osiris like, no, this ain't over. But then Michael Burnham, she fights her, Osira, and then Osira, she dies too. I kind of like that character a lot because Michael Burnham goes into some weird looking computer thing, and Osira thinks she's dead, but she shoots her way and shoots Osira, and she's like, I never quit. She goes back, she finally gets to what she needs to do to reboot the Discovery, and everything gets rebooted, the life support comes back, everybody comes back obviously, and then the robot died, but it's like, oh man, now she was shaming me. He's like, it's been my honor. Then they had an idea, because Michael Burnham's like, everybody report to the bridge, and everybody lived. Tilly's like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get to Rue? They have an idea with the scientists to eject the warp core. Book's gonna be the explorer drive because he's the one that has that kind of connection to the myceliac and stuff like that. And then I find out you see there's Lieutenant Ina. I was wondering who that girl was. I was like, that's not Lieutenant Nelson, is it? Where did she go? It's kind of weird. But then the Hollows will go back to the planet. The Hollow monsters there. Saru's like, don't be afraid, Gray. Everybody, Hugh. I think that big moment to say it's okay to be afraid, and that convinces the car to open the door. So he does. He goes, he opens the door. He ends the program. He sees all these dead bodies, and we find out those are all the Kelpians and Kakag's mom. And we find out what caused the burn when he was a little kid, when her mom get the last of her breath, and it shook him to the core, I guess, and that's when the big burn happened 100 years ago. So that's it with that. And then he in the program, and it is a good moment because he said he wanted to be free and showed the recording, and then his mom says, take him to the planet. Will always love him, and he turns around and it's Saru, back in the Kelpian makeup. So that was actually a good moment. That did pay off really good. Back on Discovery, we find out why Booker is named Cleveland Booker, because that was his mentor. So he took his name. They do eject the warp core, and it does work. It's kind of hard to see what's going on, but it does work. And even on the planet, it was hard to see. Everything's so dark. But at the end, there's a happy ending. Obviously, they say they want to rebuild. The Rue takes a vacation to Kelpia, to Kepler, and with the car, Lieutenant shot him. He showed back up. Remember, dude waiting from generation to generation for a Federation. I was hoping at least show him back, at least, man. He had one scene and then he disappeared for a long time. Vance convincing Vernon to be a captain. They get new uniforms, which looks a lot better. And the very ending, some people might like it, some may not, and she's gonna get her signature call to go to warp or whatever. It's funny, I was thinking, well, are you gonna say engage? Yeah, that would be that great, but at least say that. But no, she said let's fly. And I wasn't a big fan of that one. But overall, like I said, I did enjoy it. I watched it a few times, and and also you know, I like it better watching it, and so they did tie everything together for the most part. Nothing is special. Maybe I'm spoiled with the Mandalorian and you know all these other endings of different TV shows, but yeah, it was okay. I'm glad I did this. You know, Discovery 3 finally season 3 finally did a review on Star Trek. Thank you guys for following me and watching every episode. You know, please give me grace. Like I said, I'm kind of a newer Discovery fan, and like I said, I like the TNG and Picard got me back into Star Trek. So yeah, I mean, I can see everybody's points how you know they don't like the comic much. I was much into Deep Space Nine and all them at that time. I guess I could have been in Voyager, but I mean I kept my eye on it, and yeah, I guess we'll be looking forward to Picard, maybe, Lord willing. You know, depending on the situation. And thank you for supporting me and this channel and my Facebook page. You know, I had fun doing this, nerding out with Star Trek fans. And please like and subscribe, follow me, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.